Hello everyone, welcome back to Jubilante's DW20S Season 6 Let's Play Along with Direwolf. Yeah, so last episode, let's see, I finished up most of my Tinker's stuff. I did a little mining. In between episodes, I added a few barrels here to put cobblestone and stuff, because you can see I have a lot of cobblestone. And I just put a few things in here. I don't have a ton of redstone yet, but usually once I start really mining, I get a lot of that. The glowstone was kind of the only other thing that was taking a lot of space, and of course I put the redwood that I have in here. So these are my barrels for storage, so it helped clear out some of the space and stuff. So that's pretty much one of the bigger changes, other than I made myself some of the cool Tinker's toys. I created the broad axe and the excavator, I think is what they're called. Yeah, you can see I'm not very creative with the names, Diggy and Choppy, but I did go ahead and put the moss and on them for auto repair, because I don't tend to use them frequently enough to require like the recharging thing. The moss tends to keep them at full repair. And then on the axe, I went ahead and put redstone, but you know, I'm running out of redstone. I didn't want to waste it all, so I put some redstone on the crushinator so that it is pretty darn fast now. If I look in here, you can see its mining speed is 19 now. That's awesome. And it still has a modifier remaining, and that's what I'm going to use the energy for. So probably this episode I'm thinking what I might do is go ahead and build, I forget what it's called, energy something. It's the machine that lets you charge stuff with the thermal expansion. I'll figure out what it's called and find it, but that'll come a little later because I don't really need that just now, but we'll probably get to it pretty soon. But I wanted to go ahead and show off some of these tools and how they work. I mean, you might have already seen it in Direwolves or anything, but they're pretty cool. And like I said, I made these with the extra cobalt I had, so that's pretty nice. They should be pretty fast. Let's see how this works. So basically this axe can just chop a whole tree down, like all the wood. So nice. You can just very quickly chop down a whole bunch of trees. And see, it gets everything. So I did once use this on, like, I don't think it works on the trees like I'm living in, because you have to cut the whole base of the tree for it to count. But I did once use it on one of like the giant oaks that Biomes of Plenty creates, and it broke my axe. Yeah, and there was so much wood. It was pretty funny. If I find a tree like that, in fact, I might use it on one of those redwoods over there, and we'll play around, because, you know, if it breaks, it's not the end of the world. It's kind of annoying to repair, but not that bad. And then the excavator does the 3x3, just like the crushinator does, but you know, with dirt and stuff instead. It's great to use on gravel, so I really like it. And as you notice, they were pretty fast. That's pretty cool. I like it. But the one thing I needed, though, is I really need to get a sword, because my other one, you know, I just have these. I just use the gems to make these swords right now. They're pretty good, but it would be nice to have a Tinker's Construct sword. Actually, I think I have dirt up here now. Because then I can put moss on it, it'll repair itself, and it'll be stronger than anything. So I was getting some manulin ready, because I think I'll make the sword out of manulin, and I only had one ingot left, so that manulin I already melted, but I'll leave it there for now. So what I need to do, though, is I really need to find some cactus, because if you use cactus as the binding or handle or whatever, it'll add some sharpness to it and make it do extra damage. So I'm gonna explore and try to find a desert. I don't think I see one on my map anywhere right now, but I'm gonna explore a little, and I will be back when I find some, okay? So I decided to explore off to the east, and you can see I'm not very far from home, and I found this cool little like waterfall and some squids in this little area. I just thought this was really cool, and now I'm kind of trapped down here. But I did actually see the other thing I wanted to show and do on camera instead of just, you know, off camera. But I found, I think, a dungeon over here. Let me go double check, because I saw, yeah, see there's some moss stone down here. So let's go check it out. Get the sword at the ready, because I'm sure there are probably spiders. Okay. Luckily, don't think they spawned. I hear some outside somewhere, but... Ooh, heart. I don't know what you use this for, but I think they're useful, so I'll take them. I don't really ever do anything with the music discs, so I'm not going to bother. I think those are good. Oh, portal guns! Sweet! That is so awesome. Yay. Portal guns are so much fun. I'll take the name tag too, just in case. I don't know what any of that other stuff is for, but I'll keep it in mind. But yay, portal gun! Shoot all the things. Portals. Whee! Now you're thinking with portals. Yes. That is awesome. So, I'm super happy. R? Yeah, the R closes them. Cool. And yeah, I checked both the chests. So, I'm probably going to put a marker here so I remember that there's a dungeon here. Overworld. Yeah, so, you know, I can always come back and I don't know, go ahead and, should I snag? And actually, if I'm really smart, let's do that. Oh, cool. I want to be careful not to break the... I don't know if I'll ever have a use for these. I could always set up like some kind of mob farm, but I don't think spiders are really all that useful for anything, so... But I'll leave it. I'll leave it. No reason not to, I guess. Just break all this mossy stone and take it, because it is useful for the tinker's enchants. I mean, I think I've pretty much got everything enchanted that I need to, but you never know. So, anyway, yeah, so I haven't gotten very far. Obviously, I still need to find a desert, so I will be back. Oh my gosh, and just after I found the portal gun, I found a hat that I don't know where it went. Let's see. Oh my gosh, I'm sorry, I fail at this. I don't know which one it was. Oh! Yes! Little turret. A turret on your head. That is so amazing. I love it. Alright, back again. So guys, I found this biome over here is the Woodland Mountains. I believe that's one of the ones that has extra gold generation, which is cool. We might end up quarrying over there, or we could head over there. I love the magical forests. They look really cool. I like the, like, I don't know, it's just the green and the kind of turquoisey trees are really cool looking. Anyway, I also wanted to point out, I kind of looked at spoilers and they said the rainforest actually has extra redstone and lapis lazuli, so I might need to kind of head over there, because if I got extra lapis, that would be really nice, because then I could, you know, enchant and actually cap my things. So I was just pointing that out. I'm still just kind of wandering around. Oop, what did I just drop? Yeah, anyway, I'm still kind of exploring and doing oh, cool, a greatwood tree with spider webs. I love these because, oh geez. Well, not for those, but, oh, I'm poisoned. Let me eat some food real quick. Now, if I chop this down, it's going to chop the whole tree, but I don't think I have a regular axe on me. So, goodbye tree. Goodbye. And let's kill the spider spawner, because I hate those spiders. And let's see what's down here. Got some tin, copper. Oh, ender lily seeds. Yay! And I would assume that stuff is useful. I think the iridium ore is really rare and stuff. So ender lily seeds are awesome. Now I can actually grow some little ender lilies to, you know, hopefully generate some ender pearls, because I have the hardest time getting ender pearls. I think I may have mentioned, but anyway, that's just some random stuff. I hope that if I can find some one of those trees, that'd be awesome, but I'm just gonna keep exploring. So I realized my inventory was pretty full, and I also remembered it became nighttime, so I ran back home like a scared little girl, and I'm going to go ahead and make something that's quite useful when you're exploring. Let me put some of this crap away so I have some room. That's actually Tinker's Construct, it's heart. Okay. I'll put my... Actually, I don't want to put the portal gun away. That is great to use. I'm going to stick a portal there, so now I can get home really quickly. That's nice. But let's see. Let's stick that kind of miscellaneous stuff. We got some dust to put away. That's good for now. I'll put the rest away off screen, but what I wanted to make was a sleeping bag. Now these you can essentially, it's from open blocks, and you can just use it as a bed out in the world, and it doesn't reset your home point or anything, so it's really nice. I think I need a few pieces of wool, so you have to use these carpet pieces, which I think is like new in Minecraft. I don't know when he added those, but you only get 3 for 2, so you need 4 for this. So yeah, like I thought, you need kind of have to make a little extra, but then we can just put the sleeping bag together. So that's cool. So whenever, you know, it's nighttime, you can just like right click this. I think it actually replaces your chest piece with it, so be careful. Like sometimes it pops out of my inventory and it doesn't pick up or something, so you just have to be careful with it. But it's really useful as far as, you know, that's interesting. It's useful for, you know, things. So anyway, back later. And just beyond this awesome volcano, I managed to find some dunes. Oh, well, that's not quite as good because I do not think the dunes have cactus very much. So, but we'll follow it along and see if we can find an actual desert, or maybe there is some cactus around here, but I do not see any. Yeah, so I will be back if I do manage to find any. So I found this village that seems to have a Thaumcraft villager, so I think this is one of those Thaumcraft towers. Yeah, so if I come up here and loot this, I can get a Thaumonomicon for free. Yay! And a fire charge, why not? I'll leave the rest. So the Thaumonomicon, I don't think it has anything extra discovered or anything like that, but I am definitely going to get into some Thaumcraft soon, so that's pretty cool. I won't have to make a Thaumonomicon, which requires wasting a bookshelf essentially. So it's kind of handy. Let's see if there's anything else useful around here. What is... oh, that's, I guess that's one of the forestry guys. Never seen those before. Another chest. Oh, this is one of the bee guys. That's cool, that's cool. I'll probably come ninja his bees at some point. Is that one of those witches? I don't think I've ever really seen the witch villagers or anything. I don't know. What is... oh no. Okay, he's just got a hat on, and I've already got that hat, so that's cool. I don't know if I see anything else really amazing around here, so except for, you know, houses that are way too high. Yeah, so interesting. And this looks like it's some kind of, yeah, it's a bog biome. I saw this cattail. I can take some of this and make some paper out of it. That'll probably be useful. So yeah, back to more exploring, I guess. It's still, oh, I still have yet to find a desert, and it does not look like I'm going to find one anytime soon. I might kind of head this way, maybe. And if I don't find cactus, then whatever. I'll just make my sword out of whatever I have available. It's not the end of the world, but I will need cactus eventually, so I figured it's worth looking. Alright, well, okay guys, so I admit I was searching around forever, so I finally kind of gave up and just started using bat form to fly around because I could not find a desert anywhere, but I finally stumbled upon these desert mountains way over here. And there is like a single cactus way down here. I'm gonna grab it. I'll use some of it to make the sword, and then I'll plant the rest and grow it because apparently I have like no cactus around my house. So yeah. Anyway, let's see. Do I still have my portal gun? Yes. Oh, I just used the same portal. Well, that's a thing. So I'll probably just kind of cheat and bat form back to my house. So I will see you guys soon. Alright guys, so I came back and I have my cactus and all the things. I think we're ready to make a sword, except for the fact that I don't think I made the casts for any of them. Yeah, so let's go ahead and do that. I wasn't really expecting to make a tinker's sword, but honestly it's fine. So that's why I didn't prepare any of this stuff. The wide guard is for the broadsword pattern. That's like, it blocks like a normal sword. The hand guard is more for like a rapier kind of thing. It does this lunge attack when you right click instead of blocking. I don't think I like it. I think I like to block. So we'll go ahead with the regular one, and then I think you just need a tool rod as well. So that should be the two things we need now. The sword blade we need to make a cast for because... oh, let me go grab some cobblestone because we want that to be manual in. But I think the other two parts we don't, because I'm not going to use metals for that. I'm going to use cactus and paper, I think. So I'll grab a stack of that, and here's that trouble where I mentioned you probably don't want to have these bags in your inventory when you do this kind of thing, because technically knocking it out of a barrel counts as it landing on the ground, so it doesn't like to play nice. Anyway, let's make this. So there's that. So we'll have to make a cast for that. So let's go ahead and throw one of these aluminum brass in here so it can be melting. And while that's happening, let's make the other two pieces. So that would be the wide guard will be paper. I think we just need one paper. So the nice thing is you can make the guard out of paper because it won't affect the tool durability, because it's not the handle. I mean, it will affect the durability overall, but not as bad as the handle, I think. So tool rod, and that will be our cactus. You can actually make two. I'll go ahead and use the shard because the cactus shard I don't think is good for anything else anyway. So yeah, it's melted. Cool. So you click it to put it on the bottom, so that'll be the first thing that comes out, and then we right click. We're making our cast. Nice. And we'll have to wait for it to show up in here. There we go. And then we will, it should be manual in here. There we go. And we'll want to make an ingot cast for the next one. So I think we had a little left in there, and that should be everything. Again, I apologize for my voice and everything. I still got a bit of that chest cold. It's, yeah, not really being friendly, so need to grab that. Put this away in here, and I'll create my sword. This one. And we will call him Stabby. Sure. And its attack, his base is 4 hearts, and he has 4 modifiers. Now, modifiers for swords, of course I'm going to put the moss on there because auto repair is twin. And then the nether quartz is what gives it sharpness. So it'll increase the damage. Sharpness, jagged, whatever it's called. So we'll add as much of that as we can. I didn't have a ton of nether quartz from the last time I went to the nether, so I think, so I didn't even cap it out. I probably want to put at least 2 full sets of quartz on there. Notice its attack is 5 hearts. That's not really that high, honestly. I think this one is 7 attack damage. I don't know if that's equatable, but anyway, so I don't think it's going to do a ton of damage right now, but that's alright. I can put some more quartz on it, and then even more quartz. Oh, no, wait. I want to put the looting on there eventually, but I am still, like, completely out. I've used all the lapis I've gotten to, you know, put on my pick, and I'm still not even capped on the pick yet, to give you an idea. And I mean, I've been mining a little bit in between scenes and stuff. I'm only up to 301 out of the 450, so kind of getting there, but not even really close. So I need to do a lot more mining. I'm gonna throw this away. I mean, I have another extra sword, but honestly I'll probably like toss this sword because I don't really need it. I'm probably gonna mine some more off camera and do some things like that. I don't know why those are in there. I think I accidentally put them in there. And then probably when I get back, I think we have a good bit of time left on this episode, I will probably start hollowing out the basement and stuff, and I'll be back later. I have 37 levels and this tank is completely full, so we'll need to set up some enchanting eventually, but that's kind of down our list of things. Oh, ran out of coal. Let's grab some of that. Alright, I will be back soon, guys. And I'm back, guys. As you can see, I've been doing a lot of mining in between the scenes. I'm almost full on cobblestone. I have a lot of redstone. I actually ended up mining. I went down my mine shaft and I went all the way over there and led over to the rainforest, and I mined under there a bit, and sure enough I found a good bit of lapis and redstone, obviously. I actually found enough lapis to finish capping off my pickaxe, so now that has Fortune 3, And I even had enough left over to start putting it on my sword, and I got up to looting 2. It is close to capped. It's around 300 something, so a little bit more lapis, and I should be done with those, which is pretty freaking awesome, because I usually have a really hard time with that. And you may notice in the floor, I just went ahead and put, it's a little 3x3 water block, so I can, you know, get some infinite water when I need it, because I notice sometimes I had an annoying time trying to find water. So yeah, it's just covered with a trapdoor so I don't, you know, fall into it or anything. I tried to do a cool little, like, have it up a little bit, but it was, you know, it was hard to cover because you can't put the covers on it, and I didn't want to fall into the water at any point. So anyway, yeah, this is just what I came up with. So nothing fancy if you were wondering what was going on there. I have so many levels. I need to figure out something to do with this experience. So yeah, the next thing to do is, actually I remembered I wanted to make the energetic infuser so that I could put power on my hammer, because you may notice the Crushinator has been, you know, abused a bit. You know, I wasn't supposed to touch the Crushinator, but I did anyway. So I need to get this repaired, so I figured we can go ahead and get the energetic infuser set up. So I think I got most of the materials. A machine frame? Okay, not enough glass, because I used the glass for the other thing. Yeah, that's me. So, machine frame, one of these, 2 of these, and this. Oh, more glass, I think, is what I was missing. I need to definitely make some more glass. Okay, what am I missing? Oh, I didn't make the redstone block. Right. There we go. Okay, so I will just stick that here for now and hook this up over here. And then I will turn this one to output. I think that's the front. Yep. So, and I'm just going to turn all the outputs or inputs and whatever off, because I don't want it to accidentally screw with anything. So this is charging. You see it has an internal buffer that goes up to about 400,000 RF, so not a ton, but because we have this buffer back here, it should do all right. I think the rate of flow into the item you're trying to charge depends on the item itself, not the machine. So we'll see how it goes. I mean, obviously I think it would be capped at 400 RF per tick, since that's the fastest my energy cell can transfer. But once we get a better power system in place, you know, we should be better off. So what I need to do now is make the little battery thing, and I forget what it's called, but it is hardened something. This one, the hardened flux capacitor, that's what it is. So I need to make one of these. Copper, lead. Was it that many? 1 copper, 2 lead, so other way around. I need some sulfur, which I believe I have some that I've gotten from mining. Awesome. Definitely have some redstone, and then to upgrade I think it's 2 Invar and a 10, but I'll need to double check that. 2 Invar, yep, and a 10, so I was correct. So let's hope I got everything, because I kind of suck at gathering materials. I don't think it can shift click, so let's try this. And then like that, yep, so we have one, cool. This one can hold up to 400k RF, so that might, I don't remember if that's how much the hammer ends up with, so let's see. We'll put the hammer up here and add this, and you notice it has flux now, so that's cool. Oh, and it gives it a cool icon. I haven't seen that before. And yeah, it'll hold 400,000 RF. So, yeah, I think that's the best we can do. So let's charge it up. Nice. I think once the energy runs out, it just works like a normal pickaxe or something. It doesn't break, it just isn't very effective. So notice it's kind of slow to charge. Kind of slow. If I ever get a ton more cobalt, I might make a second one just to be able to kind of alternate them, because it kind of sucks waiting for it to charge. So while that's charging, let's see, was there anything else I wanted to do? You know what? I'm probably going to end this episode pretty soon because between episodes I'm going to work on hollowing out the basement and getting that ready for the future sorting system. I won't start on the sorting system necessarily. I'll just get the space ready for it, the space ready for the basement, and set that up, because I really doubt you want to watch me just dig and hollow out a basement, because I'm probably going to do it by hand. I could use the, let's see, Direwolf tends to use the filler to clear out areas, but I mean, I like it. It's just, I kind of want to see what's under my tree. If you remember, we had like a ton of tunnel systems and things, and I know it has like, the tree has roots, so I kind of want to see what those look like. I might, if they're cool enough, I might kind of leave them there as, you know, just looking neat, but we'll see. That's why I'm probably going to do it by hand. I mean, I've got the crushinator and I've got my diggy and everything, so I can get things cleared out probably pretty quick. If I get sick of it, I'll use the filler. But anyway, I'll do that off screen, and next time we'll come back for that. So real quick, before I end the episode, one thing I've been meaning to do is probably get rid of these torches. I don't really like torches, and I've kind of got them, you know, placed oddly around the room right now, and luckily I think, yeah, because that's a trap door now, nothing can spawn there, so I was able to get rid of that. But I also have one up here, so I was trying to think of different lighting solutions, and I think now I have enough materials. I thought lanterns would be cool because I think they kind of fit the style. So you just need torches, some glowstone. That was the one thing I had to wait for because we needed to go to the nether, but I got plenty of that so far. So let's get some of these things together. I've got some glass panes. I'll take what little glass I have left. I think it was gold. Yeah, I have plenty of gold. I shouldn't be too worried. I need some more sticks. Let's take like half of that because I'm gonna have to make some more torches. And I like the white lanterns, I think. I don't think I need anything fancy, so glowstone. Yeah, and let's make a few lanterns. I mean, I want to see what they look like. I'm definitely going to put some on the outside, and we'll see what they look like on the inside, and I might hang them up. So let's get to it. Real quick, I'll make whatever torches I can. And then let's see if we can shift. Look at that, cool. I can only make 3. I think that's because, yeah, I run out of glass pane. So let's do 2 real quick. I'll leave that there because stuff doesn't drop out of that. That's really cool. So let's put 2 out here and see what they look like. Really pretty. I like them. I think the lanterns are really cool. That's from the Bibliocraft mod, so I think they're really pretty. I think they're about the same light, you know, reach as a torch. Oh my goodness, I have like a lot of area out here that really needs to be lit up. But I think they're pretty cute, so I'm gonna go with that. You can hang them from the wall like that. I think you can also put them on things. So if I had like a block, let me try this. Yeah, you can set them on top of things so they can just kind of sit like that. And I wonder, can you hang them from the ceiling? That would be really cool. Is that the center? I think that's the center. Oh my goodness, you can hang them from the ceiling. That is cool. So I've never actually tried that. So that would have, you know, gotten rid of that. So, yeah, let's make at least one more. Need to make some more panes. I'll do one more for the upstairs because that would be nice to get rid of this. I think that's the center. Yes, cool. So now if I F7, yeah, nothing. So that's cool. Now, I guess the question then is, do I want lanterns hanging around all my windows? Because they are kind of a big, they have a big graphic. And I think if I remove these torches, yeah, see, this room will be part darkness. I have to have lights in the corner. I could hang lanterns, I guess, from just over the window instead of having 2 on each side. I could just do over the window or something, but I don't know if I really like that. I don't know if I like that solution. Yeah, let's see. You know what? I'm gonna leave the torches here for now. They're not that obtrusive inside. I've got them kind of placed. I like this a lot with it hanging from the front, and I like it on the front porch because it's like, you know, lanterns. And I might hang some outside and do things eventually, you know, because I want to eventually, sorry, getting glitched on the door, eventually get rid of all these torches I just have placed around randomly and add actual like lamp posts and things and make it nice out here. But you know, like I said, that's usually way low on my priorities. So anyway, as I said before, I will get to clearing out the basement, getting that set up. I also have to figure out how the heck I'm going to get down to the basement. If I make a stairway here, it would want to be where these machines are. So yeah, we'll figure something out. I'll see if I can get it to work. But or we could do like Direwolf does and just do an elevator somewhere, which I love elevators, don't get me wrong. I'm kind of going, since I'm living in a treehouse, I figure, you know, rustic kind of feeling is what I'm going for, and stairways are kind of rustic and whatnot, you know, I guess, right? So we'll leave it at that. And yeah, thanks for watching, guys. I will see you next time.